We're back here on the program, the platform, and I'm here with Bianca Nygard, who has been co-hosting for us this particular program as we celebrate the 50th anniversary of Nygard International around the world. He has been producing fashion for women in particular around the world for the last 50 years. And we're talking Bahamian culture today. Clay, Quid, Adley, you are going to tell us now of how you feel about the development of our culture over the years.
8 years ago, when I got into entertainment and releasing songs and stuff like that, I would say that a lot of things wasn't open arms kind of thing. It was more like you were walking by faith and not by sight. Mm-hmm. And I feel that we need to start walking by sight too. And what I mean by that is a lot of things in Bahamian culture are undocumented, and it's almost like it's a secret. Why? Why is it a secret for those that wants to get involved? Why is it that the doors are more shut than open, or even cracked? It's more like you have to literally kick down the door to be, hey, I'm here, give me a chance. Mm. So I feel moving forward, there are lots of individuals that wants to get involved in what we do, but we need, like, I take back to when I used to work with one of the most successful businessmen in this country, Mr. Franklin Wilson, and a lot of people could attest to what I'm about to say is he had an open door policy. That if you needed his advice, or you needed to know exactly what you need to do, or if you just need to talk to him, his door wouldn't be closed. It would be open. So all you had to do is step with the secretary and say, yes, I need to see Mr. Wilson. But it needs to be like that when it comes to the music industry. For me, I had to literally, I don't want to be negative. We're being on a positive note, but I was hard-headed growing up as a child. So if you tell me no, I can question you. Why? Why are you telling me no? Give me a good reason. If you give me a good reason why you tell me no, and I accept it, I say, okay, I need to change this. But if the reason you're giving me is not, to me, sufficient and doesn't make sense, I can ask and ask and ask until you tell me yes. And that's with me being involved in culture, and a lot of young people are looking at me now. I have an open door policy. None of us, we're not millionaires. To the fact that, you can still see me in the food store, the gas station. Even though a lot of people are seeing me reaping right now, they're seeing me on these shows, the regattas and all that kind of stuff. Young people hit me up in my inbox, or they hit me a call. They say, Cupid, I need to know this, I need to know how you do this. I ain't gonna turn them down, Mr. Jones. I can give them the steps that I took and maybe say, listen, I did it like this. I made this mistake, but listen, don't make that mistake I made. You could do it better. You don't have to go through the crocodiles and stuff like that, what I had to go through. So as it relates to Bahamian culture, I am liking that is more accessible right now with the terms of technology. Technology make it much easier, because now you don't have to spend the thousands and thousands of dollars you had to in the studio right now. You could create something and present it and amplify that, or make it sound even better in the studio. You could have it done over, but we really need to, let's just say the ancestors of what we do now, we need to have an open door policy to a lot of young individuals that wanted to get involved. It's the only way we're going to survive. Because if you go to any school, a young gentleman said this, if you go to any school right now and you show them a picture of me, I've been involved in culture, 1 more year, 2 more years, can make a decade. Right? As a decade of music on the radio. If you play my song, they might know who I am. But you would say, listen, you know who's Cupid? I don't know what it is. You mean the fellow who's sitting around in love hours? So what I mean by that, but if you show them a picture of a rapper or a dancehall artist, they'll know, they'll tell you but 5 songs who that person is. So I really feel that we need to get the message out there more. And as it relates to young people, when they come forward and say, I want to do this, I want to do that, show them, man.
Okay. Well, we're going to see Cupid performing right now. He said to us earlier on the show that he grew up in Canaan
Canaan
Lane,
Lane, Hawkins Hill, all the way.
and was around Tony McKay, the Obia man, who had a whole lot of hit sounds here in the Bahamas and reverberated, particularly in New York, eh?
Yes, New Orleans.
New Orleans. Yes. Always talking rude.
Always.
All right, so let's take another look at this particular video with Cupid Adley. A wonderful piece by Cupid Adley. Gimme My Culture, it's called, eh?
Yes.
Gimme My Culture.
Yes, Cupid always comes out with wonderful songs, and for as long as I've known him, he's had hit songs all the time, and they're so relevant. And this one's a little different from the ones that you've done in the past.
Gimme My Culture was more like I was explaining a few minutes ago. Gimme My Culture was written on the premise of wanting something so bad, you're passionate about it. And you could apply that to any career field you want. Like when you want something so bad and you tried so many times and you fail, and you feel like you haven't scratched the surface. So Gimme My Culture is telling you, no matter what you go through, there's a silver lining to your dark clouds. You just got to keep moving forward and gimme, whatever it is. Gimme it.
Yes, my dad always says to find a job that you love and you'll never have to work again. Because then you don't mind putting in that hard work and that. But one key thing that you said, Cupid, that resonated with me about anybody being able to see a rap artist or a reggae artist or whatever actor and know their face and know what they've done, their songs, and we were just looking at all those wonderful pictures that you have, Mr. Jones, in the hallway of all of these musicians and everything. And I mean, wouldn't it be nice if we had that all around the island and all the restaurants and stuff, so people could identify a face with a name, with a song, be playing the music. And that was something that I would really love to see come back here, like how we used to have the King of Nights and see the fire dancing and hear this music and be around it, because we really can't blame people for knowing anything if they're not around it, they're not exposed to it. We haven't shown them.
Yes.
So, and I'm sure that if they are around it more, that everybody would love it so much more, and they'd be singing it and know the songs and know the people, be able to identify it.
Yes.
You know?
Yes, we do have a wall with Bahamian entertainers going way back to George Simonet and Blind Blake and Peanuts Taylor and King Eric Gibson and Eloise, and the list goes on and on.
So, Mr. Jones.
And one of these days, you're going to be up on our wall, you know.
The Wall of Fame?
The Wall of Fame. We have a Wall of Fame here in JCN with Bahamian musicians, yes?
I just think, personally, when the people come to this country to visit us, they come for an experience. And it's a shame that you cannot find one place in this country to see a native show. It's a disgrace. And until the hierarchy is, or whoever the policymakers are, create opportunities for young Bahamians. I work a 9 to 5. It doesn't make sense. I'm an entertainer. He's a musician. We want to put our music out there. This is the Bahamas, man. This is no other place we are not familiar with. We need a native show going on in this country. We don't need you all going all over the place trying to do somebody else's things. We got our own things right here. We don't need to be saying Bahamian music. It's our music. Let's push ourselves. Why are you pushing other people?
And let me ask you, why the entertainers cannot come together and do exactly what you are suggesting?
The reason is because we have a lot of selfish people in this country. The black crab syndrome. But we have some positive people out there that are trying every day. All we need is the resources and the people to back us, And great things can happen in this country. That's the positive side.
What you're going to do on Tonique-Darling Highway is a step in the right direction, eh?
Absolutely. That's a place where you want to hear some break and script till the morning come.
Yes.
The rhythm band, like I said earlier, is going to get you. Those guys have been working for the last 5 years, and people have been giving us opportunity because they know we love the music. We love the culture. And at the end of the day, we have to push it because we don't want to push somebody else's culture. We are Bahamians. We got to represent who we are.
You're going to have Cupid there as well?
Well, Cupid be there all the time.
All the time.
The Cupids, the Jane O'D's, the Veronica Bishops, the Puzzles. We give homage to Mr. Aristor because I was a member of the Spine Band. And that's how we got really involved in trying to preserve that great conscript sound, because it was passed down from King Eric to Ronnie Butler, from Ronnie Butler to Aristor and the Fred Ferguson those. Now it's the rhythm. The rhythm is going to get the country.
Very good. Well, let's see what you're made of. And how long are you going to take to get this place moving?
Well, our first performance, because it's going to be a grand opening, it's going to be April 20th.
April 20th.
Yeah, the Star Lounge. That's where we're going to be. That's going to be our home. And, it's someplace for grown folks. So you're going to be worried about these young children coming out and being disruptive. It's live music. And anybody who knows the rhythm, that we play all genres of music, but we focus more on our Bahamian thing.
I'm sure Bianca is going to be promoting that a whole lot and bringing some of the entertainers on the show, right?
Yes, definitely.
And we have to thank Mr. Nygard for that opportunity from day one. I performed Nygard Key in 1999, doing a jungle performance. And, the culture moves the people, man.
I performed there many times with Jungle as well. Many times.
Gotta give homage for that.
Very good.
Yes, my father used to have Junkanoo every weekend.
Yes.
Every weekend when he was there, then he hired the whole Junkanoo group to come.
Okay.
Yes, that's
Very
how much
good.
he loves it.
Well, you know, perhaps for the 50th anniversary celebration in the Bahamas, you would have a huge Junkanoo group as well, eh?
Yes.
Well, thank you so very much, gentlemen, for being here
Thank you
today.
for having me.
Thank you. You should close us out with a beat, Mr. Delaveau. Give us something from the, now not the same thing that you played earlier on.
The #1 culture of the Bahamas, Junkanoo.
Very good, very good. Thank you so very much, Ruben Delaveau
Yes,
and
sir.
Clay Cubit Adley. Thank you for being. Thank you for watching and listening to our program. Good evening, everyone.